Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back again. Today, well, not today, over a few days I guess, I return to some of this steel and these axles and all these trailer parts into 3 fire unit trailers. Yeah, needed to do this for a while. It's winter. We've actually got a sunny day today, which is awesome, but yeah, it's been raining and stuff, and I thought it's a good winter project. Might as well get it out of the way before summer comes and the bushfire season is upon us again. So yeah, let's get into it. Sorry about the bad lighting here, but yeah, I've been slowly collecting parts for the last few months. These are the kind of water pumps we'll be running. I've got another one in there and another one in the other sheds too. So these IBCs are what I'll be using for the water tank part of the trailer. I've got a few around the joint. It's just an old one, empty. I'll be able to grab and measure up and build the trailer around it. So yeah, I've got heaps more over there, but some nice clean ones I'll end up using. Yeah, so it's good just to get the measurements. I'll grab this off and get it in the shed. Alright, had these pumps sitting around for a fair bit. Let's have a look and see what we got, see what we're working with. Alrighty. Now they're very similar pumps. All the motors are exactly the same, but see this pump's got more outlets up here. 2-inch inlet, which is the same on both of them. This has only got one 2-inch outlet. So yeah, my other pump that's in the shed over there is the same as this one. So yeah, let's see how we're going to mount them. I'll probably take the motors and pumps out of the frame just so they can sit behind on the trailer nicer. They're generally the same size, you know, 360. So I just need the main kind of length there to work out how big I'm going to make my frame for the trailer. So I'm guessing I'll probably want it sitting about there. I don't want it too close. Right on the edge like that. Yeah, I reckon stuff like that will do. So we're probably looking at 1.6 meters for the side rails. Right, I've done a bit of crude calculating on my materials list, so yes, let's start cutting. So I'm just gonna have to do a heap of cutting because, like I said, I'm making 3 of these trailers, so let's go cut some steel up. Alright, I've got my basic frame materials cut up, so the longer ones on this edge are the side rails, cross beams, shorter ones, and these other ones are for the A-frame. So we'll knock these frames up quickly, just tack them in place to make sure they're all square, and we'll see what a IBT looks like on top of it. Before I tack the other ones together, I just want to double check what it looks like sitting on there, and it looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. That's how I want it to sit. All 3 welded up, we're making progress. Alright, time to work out our axles and springs, where they're going. We are using slipper springs. Cheaper, easy. I don't know about cheaper actually, but super easy. You mount them up the front, and obviously they, as the spring compressors, they slide at the back there, which allows for the extra movement, hence slipper springs. So we'll be using them. What I do like to do with slippers, I always weld a bit of flat bar on whatever you're mounting them to. 1A, because that will obviously rub, and over time you'll probably end up rubbing through the RHS. And 2, with a bit of flat bar there, it just makes it that little bit stronger. Yeah, why not, for the sake of, you know, an extra couple of dollars. Just chuck a bit of 50, obviously whatever width your frame is. This is 50 by 75, so 50 mil. I've got 5 mil thick flat bar, so I'll probably end up, you want it obviously a bit past where your spring ends, so I'll probably be running about, I don't go 900 just to give it a nice little bit, 900 a flat bar under them. But you obviously need to work out where your spring is going, so you want to find the center point of your spring, which is where your axle's mounted. So just kind of eyeball it, I guess, hang something so you can kind of see where it's going. So I'm going to call that the center of the spring, or where the axle's going anyway, and measure the center of the eye there. We did have 320 mil. So 320 from there is where my axle's going to sit on the trailer. So when you're building trailers, you need to keep into consideration that you do need ball weight. If you've got your axle too far forwards, all your weight's going to be behind the axle, and therefore lift the front of the trailer, and that's super dangerous when you're towing. Things will start swaying. So you want a bit of ball weight. You obviously got to take into consideration what's going on your trailer and where and yada yada yada, but general rule of thumb with simple box trailers and, you know, just real simple trailers, 100 mil back from where your weight's going to be, or either the center of the box or the trailer. Always put your axles at least 100 mil back, so more of the weight is on the front where your tow ball is. So therefore, my main weight is obviously the IBC, which is 1,000 litres, so there's going to be a ton sitting right there on that box. So I want to be center of this square, 100 mil back, I reckon. And that'll even take into consideration the weight of the engine and the hose and stuff that's going on, which isn't much, but obviously a full IBC weighs a ton. So look, you can even go 150 mil back. I'm just going to have a bit of a play and see where it's going to work out. So that's 1.2. So 600 to my center, and I want it 700 center of the axle at least there. But yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a play with that, cut some flat bar, and I'll get back to it. Alright, so I've cut all my flat bars. I just made them a metre because I had a 6 metre length of it, so 6 times 1, 6 metres. I'll use it all. So yeah, that's effectively going to sit there, weld that on, and then they'll go on top like that. So I might just weld my flat bar on now, at least tack it on, I guess, and then I can get the spring hangers and stuff like that and get all them going as well. So I'll get onto that. Right, so there's our spring hanger, which goes up the front. Obviously gets welded on, spring goes through there. And this one holds the leaf over the back like that. So that one gets welded on also. Stops the slipper end coming out. Alright, so we now can measure from the front. So we've got 1.2 metres, which is our main weight area. 600 is the middle, and I want to go 100 mil back. I might go 120 for the centre. Yeah. Let's go 120. See what it looks like anyway. 120. And then it was 320 mil from the center of our spring where the axle's going to sit to the eye. So we need to go back 320 mil. 1, 2, 3. So that's 320 mil. So at 400 in from the front, that's where our eye bracket's going to get welded on. 400 in. Let's just have a look how that sits. So that one will get welded on, 400 at the centre. They go in there. Beautiful. That'll work out well. Plenty of flat bar behind it to slide on. Yeah, I reckon that'll be perfect. Axle's going to be there. Some beauty, I reckon. Let's get them welded on. Alright, they are on. Alrighty, generally, something that I've always worked off with the slippers, these brackets go about a width of itself inwards from the end of the spring, so about there. Looks good to me. Might just tack him on. I'm going to remove the springs, fully weld this bracket, not on the inside obviously because the spring's going to be there, just around the outside there. And then I'm also going to put some more stitches along the flat bar, just some small little stitches. Make sure I clamp it down before I do that, but yeah, so I'm going to get onto that, and then I'll be back after I do that, so I don't bore you to tears. This is about the time where I like to put the hubs on the axles, get them all ready, get the bearings greased up and all that, and therefore the ends of the axle are protected with the hubs, obviously, because we've got to weld some little brackets on the axle, which are these parts. So they'll locate the axle on the spring. It's obviously the bottom of the spring, but we're going to mount them. So they locate the axle in that pin there. So they need to be welded on the axle. Yes, so I'm going to grease them hubs up, grease the bearings up, put the hubs on the axles, and then we can weld these on after we centralise the axles and yada yada yada. Alright, there's a million ways to do this, but this is how I like doing it. Get some clean cardboard or something, rags, lie them down on your bench, get everything into pairs how it's going to go. So I've got 2 of the trailers are going to be Land Cruiser 5-stud hubs, and 1 will be Ford hub. So there's all the bearings and stuff for them, and here's all the bearings and stuff for these. So give everything a wipe down with some thinners, get all the bits and grime and metal shavings and all the other good stuff that's in there, clean all that out, and then we will commence greasing. It's not easy to do this today. What you can do too, if you've got brake cleaner or whatever, you know, give them a good spray out and blow them out with air. I'm just going to do this today. Normally start with the back, because after you grease the bearings up, you can drop them straight in and then fit the dust seal in there, which holds the bearings. There's the dust seals there. They go in after your bearing goes in, you just knock them in. Right, I've run out of big tubs of grease, so I'll just have to use my grease gun cartridges, but I'll start by giving them a bit of a smear. Alright, yes, you can buy, you know, machines that inject the grease into the bearings and stuff like that, but I don't have one, so I do it the old school way, which is far from glamorous, but it's a good way of knowing how to do it if you need to do it. So, big blob of grease, got your bearing, and what you want to do, you want to try and work it in that gap there, so it gets in between all the rollers. So you're pretty much just pushing down into your hand like this, and you'll see it slowly. So you just keep mushing it on, and can you see it coming through there? So that's what you want to do the whole way around. Mush, 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 mush. Yeah, and look, a pair of gloves probably wouldn't go astray. Some disposable gloves or something like that, but it is what it is. So you can really see the grease getting worked in through the roller bearings. Just flip them over quickly so I can get an accurate measure of the distance between the pins on the springs, because that's obviously where you're going to be welding your little axle brackets on. There's probably a million ways of doing it. This is how I've kind of always done it. It seems to work. To find the center of your A-frame in relation to your trailer, run a string line. Obviously, center mark, run that string line through, and you want to be in the middle of your center hole. So that's looking pretty good. Obviously you want the same distance between your hangers and your A-frame. I've cut some bits of flat bar to go under there, because obviously we've raised that up by 5mm with that flat bar, so I'm just going to weld a few little bits in under there. And yes, let's get welding. Well, there's your basic trailer frame. I don't have the wheels for these ones at the moment. I'm waiting on them 2 forward wheels to rock up, so I can't put them on the wheels. Otherwise I would have done that and then put the jockey wheel on, and it's a pretty much towable frame for now. But yeah, let's do these other 2. I have got the Land Cruiser wheels for these, so I'll get these done and then we can get them rolling. Put a bit of the old anti-seize on it, which I just squirted all over my finger. So, that'll be right. Okay, just finished welding them all together. Chucking the wheels on, jockey wheel. So there's 2 ready to start fitting up. And yeah, like I said, just waiting for the wheels on that one. Alright, I've been deliberating how to hold these IBC containers down to the frame. I mean, you could U-bolt it, you could put a bracket and bolt it. There's probably 3 million ways, but I don't know, I just thought I'd run an angle there, weld it on the back of the box tube, and that will kind of just, one in each corner like that. And that's going to hold it. I can even weld a little bit in front there just to really box it in and strengthen it up. But I mean, the reality is you're never going to, well, never, I'll say never, maybe like once every 10 years going to have to change this container. So it's not like you're going to be taking it on and off all the time. I reckon that'll work. and that'll be strong. Like obviously it's gonna weigh a ton when it's full, so you need it reasonably strong and secure. Yeah, I reckon that'll work. Okay, I got them mounted and also went ahead and welded in the bar at the back and the ones for the motor as well. Ta-da. Yeah, pretty happy. Pretty happy. That'll that's strong as that's welded at the back. See that? It was clamped down and I welded that just to hold the front down really. It's not doing the whole lot, but yeah, these are solid as. They're not going anywhere. Next on the list is some hose. I think I need to work out what's happening with the hose. I've got them old fire hoses. One's going on. I think I've got another one that I'm going to put on mine. It's a different style. But yeah, let's get that underway. And yeah, the end is in sight, slowly. Here's the basic idea. Where the fire rail's going to get bolted to. Pretty much, it's going to look like that. I just want to run a bit of a brace to strengthen this one up a bit. Alright, I've got a little brace on. Good to go. Drilled the holes for the motor. I'm just going to give it a bit of a wire brush where I've welded and everything and put a bit of paint on it. And then yeah, I can start bolting stuff down. I need to go to the hardware shop and get some nice bolts with nylock nuts and stuff, and then I can start bolting stuff down and fitting up the hoses. Alrighty, let's get these pumps and hoses mounted. I just want to cut a bit of rubber. Just want to cut a bit of rubber for under the engine, so I'll just got a bit of strip rubber here. Probably too thick. Bit too thick for what I really want, but that's all I've got, so just cut a few little squares and punch a hole in it and then put it on the motor. Alrighty, they're all mounted up. I've just left that loose because I need to get to this fitting down here, and I'm gonna probably need a bit of room to screw something on. But yeah, I've just done that to both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna work out what fittings I need and shoot down to the shop and buy them. And I obviously need some kind of filling point as well to go into there. And a couple of taps and vice versa, and also want a cam lock to be able to plug onto it to be able to suck out of a pool and stuff as well if you need it. But I'm going to work out all that and I will be back with some fittings. Well, there you go, an hour later, and a heap of money. And we got a whole lot of fittings and stuff, so I'm going to try and recreate what I did in the shop. Hope I got it right. And let's make it look like something, I guess. All right, we're all plumbed up, looking good. Done these two for now. I'll do the third one once I get my tyres eventually. But yeah, it's looking good. So the general theory is, it's obviously a suction from your IBC. This is a cam lock where you can put a hose if you want to suck out of a pool or fill up fast from a water tank or something. So you can obviously close whatever valves you need and you can pump it through here into the IBC to fill it up quick. That's obviously the one to go to your fire hose. And yeah, I mean, the other option too is even if you want, you can put fertilizer and stuff in there and then, you know, obviously recirc the water around itself just to mix it all good and then, I don't know, water it on your plants or whatever. Yeah, just a good option to have that. There's a few little things I need to finish off. Need to put a little like catch thing here, like a little slide tab or something, just to stop that spinning when you're obviously towing it. Yeah, a few little things. Get a suction hose. I've got some hooks. I'm gonna mount some hooks up here, because then the hose can stay up the front. The suction hose, I'll have like an 8 or 10 meter hose that you can carry at all times if you want to suck water out of somewhere. But yeah, I reckon I might put a bit of water in these just to see kind of how they act with, you know, a little bit of water in them. They're a tiny bit back heavy at the moment, so I've had to put the jerry can up there just to hold the front down. So I'm thinking with a bit of water in, they're going to be mint, because you don't want it too heavy up the front when you're putting it on and off your quad bike or your car or something. If you're in a rush, you just want to be able to lift it by hand. So I'm hoping I've got the old balance pretty good, but yeah, let's get a bit of water in them. All right, let's see. Oh yep, beautiful. She's not coming up. Nice. Still nice and light, if you need it to be. Got these spring bolts which I want to drill some holes around the edge, maybe, I don't know, 4 every 90 degrees or something. Kind of make some kind of bracket there, obviously go through there, just to stop it spinning when you're bumping around and, you know, driving around the property. I guess you don't really want that spinning around and unraveling just like that. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly create something there, and I think, yeah, a bit of oil in the engines and we can test these out. That's what I've guided up. A little bracket like that, so it locks in. Spin it away. So I've got 4 holes around there. Yeah, so obviously when you want to lock it in, you just undo that. She locks in, solid as. Bit of a wind up handle up there when you want to wind it up, and yeah, just a bit of, I think I'll just put a strap like this somewhere. You know, just hook it down there. Everything is super neat, tidy, isn't going to rattle loose. I reckon that's good. Yeah, let's throw some oil in it, fire it up. That is it right there, beautiful. On, choke on, full on. Maybe choke off. Oh, seems to run good. Pumps a heap of water, so I might drag her outside and see what the hose does. Nice little home for the suction hose. So yeah, got the cam lock fittings on, obviously one male, one female each end, so you can plug into the back of the pump, suck from a pool or a spa, or even fill up really quick from your household water tank. Right, let's see what these hoses can do, eh? Still getting the fire for me. Come past it actually. Oh, so you changed the display pattern. Not bad. I guess as well, if you ever want to water your garden, you can just have it idling. Have a nice gentle spray. Got my little rubber band there, but all good. Well, pretty impressed with that actually. So yes, I'm going to call it done. Apart from I just need to find some end caps for the RHS. Bang them in, and then yeah, we'll give it to the father-in-law as the Father's Day present. And yeah, I'll keep mine and then sell the third one to hopefully pay for them. Well, the parts anyway. Obviously not my labour, but yeah, happy days. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you, I don't know, learnt something from it, I guess. Hope it helps you out, but yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Finishing touches.